What is next for Terence Crawford? What beating Canelo? What is next for him? We should go on to fight Canelo once again. And which I got Terence Crawford winning the rematch because in their first fight, Terence Crawford showed that his skill, speed, and footwork is just way too much for Canelo. The only way Canelo wins this fight is if he catches Terence Crawford and knocks him out, which is not possible as we have seen in their first fight. Now, another potential fight for Terence Crawford is a fight against Jaron Boots Ennis, in which I got Terence Crawford winning this fight, but it's going to be a close fight since both have a ton of skill, but Terence Crawford's boxing IQ is way higher. I can see Terence Crawford landing some great shots on Jaron Boots Ennis, outclassing Jaron Boots Ennis and taking it by decision. The only way Jaron Boots Ennis wins this fight is if he outlands Terence Crawford and takes it by decision, which is very possible since Jaron Boots Ennis' output is very high.
Now let's talk about this fight because it was crazy to watch. As I knew Canelo was going to get exposed, I knew Terence Crawford was just way too skilled to let Canelo slow ass walk him down, and that's what we've seen. People were saying that Canelo's power and size was going to be way too much, but Terence Crawford was outboxing and outsmarting Canelo throughout the whole entire fight. He was landing the better shots and he had the better moments. Canelo couldn't do anything and he couldn't set anything up, and in the end it was a clear win for Terence Crawford. So now Terence Crawford has to be one of the greatest of all time, and he has to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter right now because he's still undefeated and he's a 3-division undisputed world champion, and he just beat the face of boxing. But anyway, some other potential fights for Terence Crawford could be against Vergil Ortiz or Sebastian Fundora, assuming they manage to come out on top in their upcoming fights, which I'm confident that they will win. So in that case, we could end up seeing some very interesting matches. So let's say Terence Crawford does go on to fight Vergil Ortiz after Vergil Ortiz beats Erickson Lubin. Well, we know what Vergil Ortiz has to offer. We know that his pressure is something that a lot of guys struggle to deal with as they can't seem to work around it, but Terence Crawford is an elite level boxer who's very smart, and since we have seen many fighters like Vergil Ortiz get beat by elite level boxers like Terence Crawford, I believe Terence Crawford will outbox and embarrass Vergil Ortiz, and he will take the win very easily. But let's say Sebastian Fundora manages to beat Keith Thurman and then he goes on to fight Terence Crawford. Well, I believe this fight will be easier than Vergil Ortiz. Yes, Sebastian Fundora has a crazy size and reach advantage, but I believe Terence Crawford will know what to do in order to outland and outperform Sebastian Fundora, and he will end up outboxing Sebastian Fundora and having the better moments, and Sebastian Fundora will be the one struggling to get anything significant going. So I believe if Terence Crawford does go back down to 154, he will dominate that division the same way he outboxed and outclassed Canelo Alvarez.